Alright guys, let's talk about Mantra or OM on the channel once again. Now we last talked about this on May the 3rd. I will show you that in a minute. Just want to point out the volume profile here first. Now you can see that we are right here. I know it's very small, but I need to fit in as much of the chart as I can just to show you. And you know, we are holding right above this big candle. So I think this is really what's keeping us up. And the volume just massively drops off here. You can see there wasn't many weeks trading around here, guys. Basically, I would say below these two orange lines. But once we get above about let's just say 80 cents, you know, this candle, you know, we get above that, it drops off even more, guys. Now, once it's above about, let's say, $1.16, 17 or so, there's almost nothing. You can't even really see anything over here. You do see a little bit over here around, you know, $4 basically, actually about $3.47 to about $4.24, where you see these two green lines. That's pretty much the remainder of the volume. And after that, it's just really nothing. If I zoom out, you know, you can see there's almost nothing here. So let's get rid of this volume and let's jump into the technicals. I need to zoom in here a little bit. And okay, we are getting a little bit of pressure on the downside here. You can see it's kind of a similar candle from 2 weeks ago, guys. And let's jump on the daily time frame. Now, you can see probably a lot of people sold today at around 50 cents because, again, 50 cents is a psychological number. You know, it's kind of like $1. So yeah, 50 cents, you know, a lot of people took profit. Now, today, I did see there was an upbit listing for Mantra, and then a little bit later, I saw crypto.com also listed this. So you had basically two listings today, and let me look at this on an hour chart. Now, this was this morning. This was upbit. But when I saw crypto.com, I didn't really see any reaction. So yeah, this just shows it. But this was the upbit candle, and I don't think crypto.com announced it at the same time. I think this was around the time I woke up, guys. I think around 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock or so I saw this. So yeah, there wasn't much of a reaction. Now, we are, let's see, let's go to the daily once again. We need to take a look at the resistance here. And basically, I'm going to put this like this. It's kind of still holding it down from the 20th of April. You know, maybe it's right above this line at the moment. But let me remind you, we still have about 2 hours, maybe about 3 hours left to go, guys. But yeah, we do need to break above this resistance. You can see that basically on a daily time frame, this is holding us down. So now, I want to go ahead and be clear also by saying us. I do have actually some Mantra, and I did make that public, I think about 9 days ago or 10 days ago. And, you know, this is a coin that I honestly believe was rug pulled. And, you know, if we look at the chart, guys, I know you probably saw this and you said, what went on with this coin? If you don't know about this already. But yeah, you can see it dropped all the way from about $6.24 to down to like 37 cents or so during this day. So, you know, the creators of this coin, you know, they actually said that it was a bunch of liquidations basically that made this cascade all the way down. I personally don't think you can cascade from $6.24 to 37 cents just with liquidations. Maybe a 15 or 20%, you know, candle is possible, but not like 90 or 95%, guys. That's just impossible. So, if you put your money in this, guys, you know, don't expect too much. Now, if you put money in this at all, I would advise you probably not to put in a lot. Me personally, I just have a couple hundred of this, and it's better to be safe than sorry, guys. But you know, there actually is still building on Mantra, and they're still, you know, they're still doing things basically. That's, you know, what I'm trying to say. It's not dead, and I'm guessing, you know, some people are coming back and they're building. So it's a good sign. And let's just hope this doesn't happen again. and that, you know, whatever happened has been patched up. If this, you know, if this was some rug pull, but if it wasn't a rug pull and it really was liquidations, well, fine. I'll take my chance on it. Now, taking a look at Mantra, the tokenomics guys, you can see this is what I hold. I'm down a little bit because I bought it about 44 cents. And yeah, max supply is actually infinite too. So that's another bad thing about Mantra. But the circulating supply is less than 1 billion. So that's not too bad either. Now, what's been created is 1.6 billion. So, you know, they still have about, what, 700,000 tokens that they can, you know, not 700,000, 700 million, sorry, tokens that they can actually, you know, put out there on the market. And all-time high, guys, was almost at $9. It was right under it, so you have about a 95% discount at the moment. But, you know, will this hit all-time highs again? I don't think so. Honestly, I would say we would be lucky for $2 or $3, and then you're probably going to have to look for, you know, to take some profit. Yeah, I just think, you know, maybe we get up to somewhere about here before the end of this run, because I think a lot of people will be scared away from this coin, personally, and you know, I'm a little bit scared of it too. You know, it could be a waste of about $90 for me. But anyways, guys, I'm willing to take that risk. Now, let's take a quick look at Bitcoin. It is getting a little bit of a dump right now, sitting at 108. But hey, when you talk about dump, guys, and we're sitting at 108, that's not bad. Let's see, you know, if it seals a candle above 106, 241 again, that would be great. Let's see, a daily time frame. This is what this looks like. But yeah, we did retest this today, and we did get a bounce. So everything is looking pretty good, and it looks like we're getting up to this target at about 115. This target is actually from that huge cup and handle that we made over the years, guys. If I zoom out, you'll see this. And yeah, it's this cup, handle, and breakout. So I have always maintained that I thought Bitcoin was going somewhere between about 80 to 120,000, and with a super cycle, 150. So let's see. We're getting, you know, towards the end of the cycle, and a lot of people are pointing to higher prices, but I'm going to stick with my, you know, 150 max, and you know, maybe it teeters out at about 120, honestly. Now, Ethereum here is, you know, it's kind of consolidating, and I just want to point out that the target of this flag is up here at about 3,200. And let's see if it can clear this Fibonacci first, and then it has to get through this entire Fibonacci as well. But yeah, it is kind of cooling down, so, you know, but it has just run from, what, $1,800 up to about, well, $2,750, let's say. So that's a quite large move, guys. And it's just kind of, you know, banging between these two lines here, these trend lines that I've drawn here. But it does need to break out, and then probably needs to retest and then bounce. And right now it is below 2506, and this is support on a weekly time frame though. Again, we're looking at this on a daily. As long as it closes a weekly candle above this, that's fine. Now let's look at this on a weekly time frame. It looks like it sealed the candle a couple of weeks above it a couple of weeks ago, and then last week lost it, and this week we're trying to get back above it. So that's what it looks like up close here. Now, the total market cap excluding Bitcoin is at 1.2 trillion, so we did actually seal a candle above this, you know, weekly support. So yeah, still it's looking pretty good. Now, the dominance, guys, it's up here at this pretty much this cycle high, I would say. I know this is actually the cycle high. But I'm talking about the February 3rd run-up, where I don't think we've ever seen a bigger gain in one day. So let's see if we get kind of rejected there, come back down. We did get a large bounce off this 2.5-year trend line, and we need to break that and then break 60.46, and then I think we've won. Now, altcoin season index at a 16, so the higher the, you know, dominance goes, the lower this is going, so, and vice versa. Now, taking a look at the CME futures, 108.505 is where it stands. Dollar is actually breaking down, so that's making a stronger Bitcoin too. The liquidation heat map sitting at about 413 million that have been wrecked in the last 24 hours. So that's quite large, guys, but pretty much equal on both sides. Now, taking a look at the fear and greed, guys, it's 70 today. Yesterday was 71. If you go down here, you can see since May 9th, we've just been going sideways, basically between 70 and I think 74 at the top. So yeah, like I've been saying, you know, it's like 10, 12 days in this range. Now, bull market peak indicator is still 0 from 30, so it's 100% hold at the moment. The best indicator, pi cycle top indicator, still not crossed. And actually, you know, in my opinion, it looks like it's starting to curve up, but, you know, what do you see? Now, if we take a look at the economic calendar, basically tomorrow we do have jobless claims, we have PMI, and we have some manufacturing from Kansas City, and we do have an FOMC member speaking, but, you know, if 1 to 10 guys, it's like a 3 or a 4, nothing major tomorrow. Now, FedWatch Tools thinks that 95% we're not getting a cut next month. 5% still holding out that hope. Now, crypto bubbles, looks okay today. A little bit more red than my previous video with FET, or Artificial Superintelligence Alliance officially. But yeah, overall, I would say today is a good day. Now, if you want to stake any of your coins, guys, go to Coinondo. You know, for example, Bitcoin is here. They have 62 deals. So yeah, just check that out. I'm not sure if they have OM anywhere. Let's take a look, though. We can real quick. We have some time on this video. So just click Earn, and you have OM, for example, Mantra, and 12 deals found. So yeah, actually, I think that's more than before when I last did a video. Maybe it's a couple more only, though. Anyways, guys, do your homework. Don't start sending coins around blindly. Sometimes these deals don't exist, or they expired or something, or they're for new users and things. Be aware of the limits and the time that you have to lock up things. You don't want to be caught, you know, where you can't sell when you're, you know, happy with the price. So anyways, guys, if you like this video, like, subscribe, activate the bell, share this video with your friends. Check out some of the deals with the exchanges below, guys. If you sign up through me, it helps me out a lot, guys. And yeah, I really appreciate it, and we'll see you guys in the next one.